What is up, you guys? This is All Danny Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you another build video, and this one is going to be a DPS build video for your ArFA-sys. So you're not going to be worrying about your main character. This one is going to be for your ArFA-sys. So, like I've said before in recent videos and streams and whatnot, ArFA-sys is not that great of a DPS, but for those of you that want her or him to play as a DPS, this is going to be, I guess, the best way you should set her up. You don't have to follow the exact same weapons. You can put whatever weapons you want to put on them, but stat wise I would go with it like this, as well as her AI settings. So for her stats, I'm actually going to unequip her accessories. Always forget to do that. So her stats, I have 150 strength, 120 vitality, 30 and 30 in intelligence and agility, 180 dexterity, and 130 luck. So the reason why I have 150 strength is so I can actually have more gear weight. So if I want to equip 2 weapons instead of 1, instead of using the AMR Tiamat, I can use something else, and I'll be able to use like a Deathwind and an MG Kuvatsky, or just whatever else, you know. So you want to have that strength as well as being able to equip specific weapons as well. And then vitality, you want to have at least 100 vitality. I went with 120 just to be a little more safe. But the reason why vitality is going to be important is because your AIs are not going to be, they're not smart. Like, hoping for a future patch, future update, that they make the AI smarter, but right now they are just not that smart. Sometimes they dodge, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they stand there, sometimes they don't. So having them have a decent amount of health and defense is going to help a lot in the long run to keep them survived. And yeah, intelligence and agility, they're not going to need it that much, because intelligence, you're not focused on using skills or gadgets as much. They will be using their gadgets still and their skills, but it's not going to be useful towards a group setting. It's just going to be useful for them to buff themselves as well as debuffing the boss. And then agility, the reason why you don't need to worry about this too much is because you're not worried about her movement speed. The defense always helps, and you also don't need to worry about the weapon handling or the steadiness of the bullet circle for them, because they already have pretty much pinpoint accuracy. And then dexterity, you have I gave her 180 because that's a lot of crit damage and weak spot damage. So if you can get that, if they hit the enemy in the weak spot, it's going to do a lot of damage. Sometimes it'll even have them stagger right away, so that definitely helps a lot. And then luck, you want to have a good amount of luck, is because the crit chance you get from it, and the defense and the reduction from status ailments. So the 3 stats I would focus on the most would be strength, dexterity, and luck, and then vitality right after, and then intelligence and agility with whatever points you have left over. Now for the skills that you want to use, so I'm using on my sniper for her, I have armor break shot, power break shot, sentry style, and tranquilizer shot. The reason why I'm using armor break shot is just so, like I said, debuff the boss to where you can do more damage to them. Power break shot, so that way they can do less damage to you and the allies. And then sentry style, because you get more attack power, more defense, reload speed, and that's pretty much it. But the thing is, the AIs won't stay in the sentry sniper. They won't stay in that position for a long time. They'll do like maybe 2 shots, 3 shots, and then they'll get out of it rather than staying in it the whole time. And then tranquilizer shot, just so, the reason why you want this is so that they don't have aggro as much or as often. If you use this on the enemy, they will most likely target you last, or target your ArFA-sys last out of the 4. Sometimes they'll just ignore it and still continue to start wailing on your ArFA-sys, but it's just nice to have just in case, you know, it could make it or break it. And then if you decide to use an assault rifle, then I would go with Power Form 2, Conceal, Sliding Shot, and Scatter Wheel. And then if you that's pretty much with anything. So handgun, shotgun, submachine gun, and assault rifle. And then for her gadget setup, I have first aid kit, metamaterial camouflage, flashbang, and electromag stun trap. So these two are going to be good because of the CC effects. Electromag stun trap can pretty much drop the boss or the enemies down in with one trap or 2 or 3 traps. Bosses generally take more than 2 traps, but regular mobs take 1 to 2. And then flashbang, you only need to throw a flashbang one time. You don't have to keep throwing it over and over. If you throw it, it's just going to stagger the boss or stagger the enemies. So it'll stop them from using like their one-shot stuff. If an enemy is gonna charge at you, you can just throw the flashbang before they charge, and then they won't charge again. Well, they might charge after they get staggered, but it stops them from stops them from charging. Metamaterial camouflage is gonna be good for her because she's going to be able to, if she has aggro, she can just use that and then she'll be invisible and it'll take the aggro off a bit. She'll generally use this ability or this gadget more than likely. She'll just use it all the time, pretty much. I haven't seen her not use it. And then first aid kit, anytime she gets hit, she normally uses this as well, so it'll be good to have this because it does healing over time. And then for her ArFA-sys menu, so you're gonna go here, say no to no, ArFA-sys menu, go to AI settings, everything you're gonna have prioritize attack on battle start, so that way you don't, she doesn't just go in and start the fight herself with everyone or fight a different fight when you're fighting someone else. Heal regularly, moderation, or emergencies, doesn't really matter. Because she doesn't have any healing abilities, so you can choose whatever. I just left it on healing regularly. And then you want to prioritize fighting. Don't worry about reviving, you just want to prioritize fighting. I mean, unless she thinks she needs to revive more often than fighting, but if anything, you're gonna have a support player or support character in your group. It wouldn't be a smart idea to have everyone as a DPS. It would be good to have someone who can heal and revive. So that's why I just left her with prioritize fighting, so she can do more damage output. Now for her equipment, let me actually go and put the loadout back on. So for her, she has the Tiamat. With the Tiamat, I have bullet circle accuracy, physical attack, damage versus life forms, weapon attack, damage versus mechs, crit rate, and weak spot. So the only thing I would switch out of this would probably be the bullet circle accuracy with crit damage, and then other than that, this makes a really good weapon for her. Now, if you want to use a sniper and an assault rifle, then don't use the AMR Tiamat. Just go ahead and use a Deathwind instead. Deathwind and like a Mitnovsky or a Kumtag or the I forgot what the other weapon was called, but you can use any of those assault rifles. Make sure it's a machine gun or an LMG, because if it's just a regular assault rifle, it's going to be a lot weaker than these. But the stats you're going to want to look for would be something like light damage to life forms, physical damage or attack, damage versus mechs, crit damage, crit rate, weapon attack, damage to weak spots. And then for her accessories, I have +4 luck, +16 dexterity, and then 29% max HP recovered over 1 minute. So this is really good because it gives her both luck and dexterity, giving her higher crit chance and crit damage. And then the gas mask, I gave her that she has 19 dexterity on it and 4 vitality with blaze resistance 11.48. So the dexterity on this is really good. It's almost maxed out to 20. And then the vitality is really nice. It's not too much, but that's what, an extra 200 health right there and a little bit more defense. So this increases her survivability. But that's pretty much it with this video, this build. If this helped you at all, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is all Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.